Hello, my name is Elijah Falker, and today I'm going to be giving a virtual presentation about if the portrayal of men and women in the anime Naruto saga reinforces traditional gender roles in Japanese culture. This is the final project for my Gender in Japan class at Champlain College, where I am a senior graduating this year. The Naruto saga is presented as three series of anime television shows, first broadcasted in the early 2000s based on a comic series from the 1990s. These come in the chronological order of the original Naruto series. Then comes the Naruto Shippuden, and finally the Boruto Naruto Next Generations series. These three series of the same saga follow the story of ninjas and their chakra. The main characters, Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke, live in the Leaf Village, which is conclusively representative of traditional Japan. The first class reading that I will be referencing in comparing the Naruto saga to provoking traditional gender roles is from the chapter Origins of the Other, or Ona, The Violence of Motherhood and the Birth of Ribu. In the book Screams from the Shadow by Setsu Shigematsu, which discusses the Umon Ribu movement during the 1970s in Japan. The creator of the story of Naruto saga chose to perpetuate the good wife, wise mother ideology from the Meiji era for their female characters, which propagated traditional gender roles. And the second reading from the class that I am analyzing for this presentation is from the book Housewives of Japan, written by Ofra Goldstein Guidoni, in the chapter The Post-War Professional Housewife and the Japanese State. In this chapter of the book, she talks about another Japanese author by the name of Riku Ishihara, whom wrote a series of books chastising professional housewives. This is important to my presentation because these books were written while the Naruto saga was airing, but the writers rejected this influence, as well as others who were fighting toward gender equality, specifically the writings of Ishihara, because she claimed that the professional housewives have no value to society. The writers place value in female characters, but only in supporting roles to the male characters. The original Naruto series features the characters as children, and these children are led in groups of specialties, generally led by a male sensei. Boys are trained in combat skills, while girls are taught more situational or supportive techniques. These roles promote to the audience to follow these traditional ideals that have boys take on roles of leadership and girls take a back seat in recognition and individuality. To the right is an image of Naruto during the original series. The second series in the Naruto saga is the Naruto Shippuden. This takes place years later, during the main character's adolescent years, and during the adolescent years of its original series' audience. This is important because as the characters continue to follow the path of traditional gender roles, it is promoting to its audience to do the same. It is interesting to me that the female characters are still trained in the martial arts, as was promoted by the Uman Ribu movement, who strongly encouraged their members to practice martial arts in the 1970s. Mastering these skills only to support men would not be what the Uman Ribu movement would approve of. And to the right here is an image of Naruto during the Shippuden series. The final series in the saga takes place many years after the original series. Naruto is now a man with a wife and son who is now following the steps of the childhood gender roles of the first series from the perspective and guidance of the now adults. Naruto is now completely absorbed in his work while his wife cares for his home and family. The societal pressure to conform to gender roles has led to both characters being unable to find happiness outside strict areas. For Naruto, it's work, and for his wife Hinata, it's childcare and housework. The show never considers maintaining a balance between the two areas. And this quote is from Michael Coolwood in his article, How Boruto, Naruto Next Generations Demonstrates Real-World Problems with Gender Roles and Work Culture. To the left, you can see an image of Naruto during Boruto Next Generation series and how he's aged. The traditional roles of women being displayed in the Naruto saga are that women are expected to take on full responsibility for the household and family members. This can be seen, as pointed out previously in my presentation, and every series of the Naruto saga, and is discouraging to both the Uman Ribu movement that was taking place a few years prior, but also towards the general women's equality. The Naruto saga presents men in the roles of being expected to be completely devoted to their corporation or village, and to be the primary financial provider for their wives and children and providing for the household entirely. The dedication that this requires of the long hours and after-hours socializing, toppled with an expected lifelong commitment to their job, gives them rewards of permanent lifetime employment, seniority-based promotions, and company unionism, but costs them their time with their family and time for themselves. Published on theartifice.com, an article, Can Manga and Anime Contribute to Feminism and Gender Studies? East states in their article, the female characters in these shows typically fall far behind their male counterparts in strength and determination. All too often, their only important role is to uplift and support the male character through his struggles. Such is the case with Sakura and Hinata in Naruto. This exemplifies how Sakura, the only female character of Naruto's group in the originals and the beginning of the Naruto Shippuden series, is only important to the storyline as a supporting character to the male protagonists. Another example that I found in the Boruto Naruto Next Generations series was Tenten, whose role in the original Naruto series was to obtain weapons from scrolls by using her chakra. The men would use these in battle, and she was found useful during that time period. Naruto Next Generations, she is not featured for the first 60 episodes until she is finally revealed as a tuning exam instructor. She is allowed this opportunity to be involved in her community in this way, as she does not have a family or children to care for. Naruto is a shonen manga, which it means that it is marketed towards boys and is featured in the Shonen Jump magazine. And there are other mangas that are marketed towards girls called shoujo manga. There's an audience crossover, but I was unaware that these magazines were marketed this way until I undertook this research. So this was something extra I found out. In my research, I found this quote from Fujimoto Yukari in her book Manga's Cultural Crossroads from the chapter Women in Naruto, Women Reading Naruto. This quote supports that the portrayal of men and women in the anime Naruto saga reinforces the traditional gender roles in Japanese culture. She said Naruto's biggest weakness is not respect for the elders or time-honored values. Rather, it is its clinging to astonishingly anachronistic gender roles. Its representations suggest that men are men and women are women, and that they differ naturally in regard to aptitude and vocation. This quote shows how Naruto's theme suggests that men and women must act a certain way to be accepted by society. Naruto propagates traditional gender role ideology by continuing the good wife, wise mother rhetoric from post-World War II Japan and rejects modern equality movements like Uman Ribu and the writings of Rika Ishihara. And in conclusion, I found from my research and all of the readings during our class periods, assignments, and projects, as well as my additional citations following, supports that the Naruto saga reinforces these traditional gender roles in Japanese culture. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to your questions and comments.